Now, when some people think of the New Warriors, they might think of the horrible attempt from not so long ago.
No.
But for this video, I want to take a look at the original roster of the New Warriors from the 1990s. Now, the New Warriors was originally a team of C-list heroes from the Marvel Universe. The founding members were Night Thrasher, Namorita, Firestar, Marvel Boy, Speedball, and my favorite, Nova. Or Kid Nova. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the first issue of the New Warriors. The issue starts with Night Thrasher asking a man if he is Richard Rider, aka Nova. The man says yes, and Night Thrasher drops the man from a building. This suddenly triggers Richard's powers, and so he gets his powers back as Nova. Richard asks Night Thrasher how he knew dropping him would give him back his powers, but Night Thrasher says, "I didn't." So, quite the best first impression. We then go to another hero named Marvel Boy, who visits Avengers Mansion to try to become an Avenger. Eventually, Captain America finds out about Marvel Boy, but Cap says that he is a little too young to become an Avenger, and that he should try again in a couple more years. Marvel Boy feels sad about this, but then he finds Night Thrasher and Nova, and they both offer him a spot on their new team. We then meet Night Thrasher's headquarters, and meet his other supports, Cord and Ty. And we also find out that Night Thrasher's parents were murdered when he was a boy, and he is now going on a crusade to fight crime. But he couldn't do it alone, which is why he is forming a team of heroes. How he tracked the heroes? Well, as for how he tracked Nova, he hacked into S.H.I.E.L.D's systems, and from their systems, hacked into Mr. Fantastic's research about Nova's powers, which say that his powers were 35% likely to come back. As for how he found out about Marvel Boy, he had an informant who was outside of Avengers Mansion, who was the hot dog vendor, and that's how he knew about Marvel Boy. After this, they would then try to contact their last member, Firestar. They contact her by phone number and tell her to meet at their headquarters, or else he would risk revealing her secret identity to the world. This, of course, does not settle well for Firestar. Meanwhile, Namorita, who is the cousin of Namor the Submariner, goes on a trip to see a machine meant to fix ground soil contamination. This machine would unfortunately bring back an old enemy of the Fantastic Four named Terrax, who would rise from the ground and cause havoc. This event catches the attention of Night Thrasher's team, and they would go and help Namorita and stop Terrax. Also, a kid named Robbie Baldwin would see this on the news, and leave while his mother doesn't notice to join the battle as the hero Speedball. Everyone works together, and after many attempts, Nova and Namorita lift Terrax away from the ground soil so he wouldn't use it to replenish himself, which then leads to Terrax exploding. Eventually, the Avengers would show up to take care of the mess left by Terrax. Since the heroes couldn't join the Avengers, Night Thrasher goes on to say, "We don't need the Avengers. We could do this on our own. We can be a team. We could fight the kinds of crime they never touch. We can make a difference. We can help people. Are you with me?" They all agree, and with that, they form the New Warriors. And that is how the first issue ends, and the rest is history. For the first issue, I thought it was solid. While the story is okay, the characters were actually interesting and well chosen from the inner depths of the Marvel Universe. I think the thing that stands out is the art, especially from one of my favorite comic artists, Mark Bagley. This is definitely his earlier work before his Spider-Man work. And for the beginning, it looks pretty good. The series would get better in later issues, and later on they would meet other heroes and villains from the Marvel Universe. And the characters would even progress throughout the series. The team would also evolve and include other important members like Silhouette and Rage. As for what happens to the New Warriors later on, considering this came out in the 90s, and there would be 20 years more history, some of the characters would eventually grow up and move on. And at one point, they were even a pivotal part of the Civil War event. So yeah, I think this is a decent comic, and I can see why people who grew up in the 90s would remember this fondly. If you're curious about looking into a team series about heroes banding together to make a difference, and maybe learn more about the Marvel Universe, I recommend this. Anyway, thanks for watching, and with that, see you later.